Hello everybody. I wanted to post a quick video showing the buildings that I use primarily for my bolt action games. And when I first got started in tabletop gaming, or back into it in the last 3 or 4 years here, 3 years, I didn't have hardly any buildings, and I looked at foreground and Sarissa Precision, and there's just lots of choices, but I didn't really know, I didn't want to invest a lot of money. And I've got some modeling skills, so I was trying to decide how I wanted to go at buildings. And what I ended up doing online, I saw it's a website by Dave Graffam. I'll put a link in the description. And what they are, it's actually their cardstock buildings. You buy it's a PDF file that you're basically paying for online. It downloads online, and then what he's done, these files most of them are multi-layered, so you can choose the color of brick or stone, the type of roof texture, whether you want cracks in the walls, where you place the windows and doors or not, is all up to you. And then they're just supposed to be printed on like 110-pound cardstock. This is kind of what they look. This is one of the pages that I would have downloaded, and it's 110-pound cardstock that you can run through just your regular tabletop printer, and then you cut it out, and then you're just supposed to glue it together, so it would actually be just kind of a thin cardstock building, which is nice. But I kind of wanted to give it more of a three-dimensional look. I wanted to be able to take the roofs off, be able to put the troops inside, make them a little sturdier. So I mounted them on scenic bases and just kind of made it a nicer piece of terrain. And so this particular one here is actually one that you can get for free off of his site to try it out, see what you think of it. And this is just kind of an example. Again, what I did is I glued them onto all the walls. I made it so the roofs had come off. The roofs are 3mm, I believe, foam core that I basically glued that printout cardstock onto, and then just strengthened it with some supports inside, and then painted anywhere on the edges where that shows, so you don't have the foam core showing. And then on the inside, then I made floors that are removable, so you can get down to the bottom floor, and also all the roofs, excuse my hand, are removable, so you've got the inside with a little bit of detail. So that's all just printed cardstock glued to the foam core, and then the foam core was glued together. Here you can kind of see how I did the corners. You kind of chip out the one corner of the foam core so that you can slide the other piece in to give yourself a pretty nice finished corner. Just ran a little bit of paint along the edges there and on the tops of the walls just to kind of finish it out. And that really, it works really pretty good. And just to kind of give you a demonstration of, this is one of the printouts that I did. And you again place the doors, windows, wherever you want. And with this same kit, this same free kit, I also made this. And here I put I'll put them kind of side by side, you can see the difference. I put the little dormer on the opposite wall. I used a stone instead of the block or brick, and then the ceiling I used for the roof used like a clay tile, and again made it so the roofs come off. And then with the other little piece I actually made, which is basically this end piece, I put these large double doors on and made it into a separate little like storage shed, carriage house or whatever. And on the inside of this, then I put like a stonework. And you know, these are nice little sturdy looking pieces of terrain. And this one again was free. And after I kind of decided I liked them pretty well, then I'll show you a couple other ones then that I went and made here. Here's one. When I started getting a little more skilled and comfortable with what I was doing, I made this one. And this particular one is actually, well, a couple of the details I added. The shutters are actually balsa wood that I then kind of textured the boards into it and painted. And then around the windows, to give it more 3D look, I glued on their actually matchsticks cut and glued on and painted, and then added just printed out an extra wall, so I had some extra blocking at the bottom that I was able to make like that planter, and put some flowers in it. And then the door, you can kind of see the door then, I cut into the foam core to recess that door to give it some more, again, a bit of a 3D look. And then just going online, I found like these French signs, because this is supposed to be for my Normandy type of a battlefield, and just printed those out and glued those on where I wanted. And this particular building actually is supposed to be a one-story building, but I basically printed out the same story twice, but didn't put the door in the second story. And so then you can, which I'll show the inside while I have it open. So all the windows are in there and the door, just like on the outsides, and then use some sort of like tile looking flooring. And then the roof, then if I want it to use it as a single story building, then I just do it like that. So just basically with buying this little kit, I can have several different types of buildings without and as far as cost, these buildings, the one I talked about was free, but then he has frequent sales, and so this kit was 99 cents for the files. And so all I've got is some foam core, some glue, a couple pieces of balsa wood and things to add some detail. And then that's, and just to kind of show you the scale, these aren't tiny buildings. Here's a 156 scale German vehicle, and here's a couple German troops just for scale. And the other nice thing about these kits, you can see I printed it actually out just a little bit larger. You can scale when you print to print these in 10 millimeter, 15 millimeter, 20 millimeter. I went with these with a strong 32 millimeter just to make the building a little bit larger. And it still works. I mean, like you could see that the door is probably a little bit taller than what it would actually be. But that's, that works in gameplay pretty well. But you can see that's a decent sized building. Okay, and I'll show you just a couple more here just to show you some of the variety that he has. And all these kits I bought for 99 cents. Here's one that I converted quite a bit to make it into a livestock, like a hog barn or a livestock barn. And here, I mean, look at the effects that you can get with the stucco coming off of the brickwork and the cracks. And again, you choose where you want to put the windows, the type of windows. I actually converted this, it's supposed to be just a regular door. I converted it into a bit of a roller door by cutting the door out, making a frame, and then gluing this round tube on top to kind of represent the track that would have rolled. And then this one also, of course, roof comes off. And then this one I detailed the inside. I made these stalls just out of some extra parts of the kit, printed the door out some extra time so that to make those pen dividers and the little stanchions in there where the cows would be tied up to eat while they're stalled, and then cut up some bristles off of a paintbrush to kind of give some hay or straw effect on the flooring there. And then to kind of take this kit a little farther, I also, again, see, since you're just printing out these pieces, you can cut them however you want and make it however you want. And so I took that and then added on this outside pen, so I can make it into a little barnyard. I can play it either with the pen or without or with, and totally customizable. Made these actually out of another kit that has that you can buy for 99 cents. It has just a plethora of brick, stone, block walls, and then again glued them onto the foam core, which gives you that 3D look, and then just some balsa for the cattle pen there, gate, and that's all that take to make that little piece there. I'll show you just one more, and this is one that I made that is a destroyed building. Okay, and on this one, again, the walls I used actually are printed out some extra of the side walls, and then just cut them down to the height that I wanted for the wall. Glued them onto foam core, and in this one I got a little bit. It was a little more challenging because as you can see here, where that exposed foam core is, basically I took some. I believe it's. I think it's going to look. I think it's a putty that you use to seal nail holes, and I just put that in along there to kind of disguise the foam core, and then using paints, I did that up here too. Just kind of painted that up to represent blocking there that's exposed, the broken brick and chipped brick, and then kind of added some rubble piles then around, you know, where the hole is here, and here I just cut out some extra pieces of the wall there, and to have some whole chunks fell down, and then added in some rubble piles, and then actually then I made this roof piece out of some balsa wood and basswood to give it the framework for the roof line, and then printed out some shingles from another kit that I'd purchased. So you can mix and match the kits together then, and just you can kind of go crazy with it and do whatever you want. Even made it so this little top piece here lifts out, so that you can fit the guys down inside the building a little better or up there, and I made it big enough that that 60 mil base that you use for like machine gun teams and bolt action, they can just fit right up in there too. So and then I guess just for a little point of interest, this crater hole here is actually it's a water bottle cap off of a little water bottle that you know that bottled water comes in, and then just use some of that sheetrock putty, what do they call it? Basically that drywall filler, and just kind of shaped that into a crater hole, and painted it up. I added a few little details like the barrels here off of a Rubicon accessory sprue. I've got a few boxes here that I just gotten offline off of I think they were actually some 3D printed ones that I got off eBay, and I guess on the end here there's a tire here leaned up against it. It's also off of a Rubicon accessory sprue. So that's just I guess I'll show just one more. I don't want to go too long because nobody wants to watch this forever, but one other here. This is just it's a 2-story kit, and again just to kind of show the variety of buildings. You know, they're nice big buildings for some scale. There's a vehicle in front, and again made the rows removable. And this one here actually used some flooring that's got a piece of a rug on a floor rug on the bottom there, and then made it so I can take that out, and you can get down to the first floor, and you know, it's big enough you can get your whole hand in there to get your troops in and out. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to share that Dave Graffam. They're very cheap. It takes a little bit of modeling, of course, to, you know, a little bit of time, but you know, other than, you know, even foreground take time to put together, right? So it just it give you, and then you, like I said, you can put these in 20 millimeter, 15 millimeter, or if you want them a little larger, a little smaller, as far as scaling, how you want it. It got real fun for me when I started being able to customize them to kind of make some different kits, go the direction that I wanted to go. So anyway, well, I hope that was interesting or enjoyable for a few of you at least, and kind of, I got busy this week and didn't get a lot of painting done, but I kind of wanted to, I had a couple people ask about some of the buildings, what I was using for terrain, and so I thought I'd just post a quick video and just show what I've done. So anyway, hope everybody's projects are going well. I've been enjoying watching everybody's videos, and hope you have a good week. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.